Feeling stressed, overwhelmed, or in pain? Welcome to the Natural Healing at Your Fingertips podcast. I'm Marci here to share bite-sized, effective, and affordable natural remedies for stress relief, emotional balance, and discomfort. Each week, we'll explore easy self-healing tools to boost resilience, vitality, and well-being. When you learn an acupressure point, teach one. Together, we can heal 1 million people using natural healing at our fingertips. Find the #1 acupressure point to calm stress in the show notes, along with other free resources. The tips shared are for educational purposes. Always consult a healthcare provider for any concerns. Let's dive in. I have the answer to a question you might not even know to ask. What is the #1 acupressure point to calm stress and anxiety? It's a point on both wrists called pericardium 6, abbreviated as PC6, and also known as inner gate. This point is a heart protector and my #1 go-to for calming stress and regulating the nervous system. Pericardium 6 is often referred to as a heart protector because of its role in safeguarding the heart's emotional and energetic boundaries. Think of it as a vigilant gatekeeper at the entrance of a sacred temple, your heart. This point stands at the threshold between the outside world and the emotional center of your body, and it decides what energy, emotions, or stimuli are allowed to pass through and touch your heart, ensuring that only what is nurturing, safe, and supportive can enter. When PC6 is balanced, it maintains healthy emotional boundaries, preventing overwhelm, anxiety, and negative influences from affecting your heart. It acts like a wise guardian, gently blocking harmful energy while allowing loving, compassionate experiences to enter. And when this inner gate is open, the heart feels calm, protected, and clear, free from emotional turbulence. You have natural healing at your fingertips, and I'll guide you to go from stress to bliss in 60 seconds or less by stimulating pericardium 6. I will now cue the point. Let's take a moment to try this point together. All you really need to do is follow my cues. Start with a deep inhale through your nose and a relaxing exhale through your mouth. Breathe deeply and feel your belly rise. Take 2 more breaths like this and let your shoulders drop. And then continue breathing naturally. To locate pericardium 6 on your wrist, I want you to feel the inside of your left wrist with your right hand. And now place the middle 3 fingers of your right hand so that your ring finger aligns with the crease of your wrist. And lay your ring finger across the crease of your wrist and let your middle and index fingers fall naturally onto your forearm. Feel for the 2 tendons in your forearm and then rest your index finger in the space between them. This is pericardium 6. You'll find the same point on the opposite wrist. Now, stimulate the point by gently pressing inward with a comfortable amount of pressure. And if you're new to acupressure, start with a gentle pressure and adjust based on how it feels to you. You can switch to your thumb for more comfort if you desire by placing your fingers gently on the back of your wrist. And while your finger or thumb stay in place, gently roll it upward in a circular motion towards your elbow crease and then back towards your wrist in a very small, circular kind of push-me, pull-you motion. And this gentle motion should feel soothing. Relax into this exercise as you do it and notice how you feel. Really connect with your energy. And I want you to observe, if you can, when the subtle shift occurs. Within 30 to 45 seconds, you may feel a calming sensation wash over you, often followed by a sigh of relief and a sense of relaxation. Oftentimes, I feel it in my chest as a warmth. Now, having done that, let's repeat the process on the opposite wrist. Locate the point in the same manner as you did above and allow your fingers to fall onto your wrist. Find the point, begin to stimulate it, and I'll give you a moment to sink into the point. Again, notice any sensations that you feel, especially in your heart space. We'll take about another 10 seconds and then complete this exercise by brushing your fingers across your wrists over both pericardium 6 points. And now that you've dropped into calm, feeling refreshed and centered, we're ready to begin today's episode. Thank you for joining me today for episode 2, From Western Medicine to Inner Bliss. Life has a way of bringing us to pivotal moments, those crossroads where we're faced with a decision. Do we continue down the familiar path, or do we listen to the whispers that guide us towards something new? In this episode, we'll explore such turning points and how they can shape our lives. My own journey took me from Western medicine to the exploration of energy work, which eventually led to my passion for traditional Chinese medicine. It was through these moments of transition that I found my true purpose, allowing me to create what I then called healing touch energy therapy. For years, my foundation in health was built on Western medical knowledge. It taught me a lot about the body and how to approach health, yet I felt something was missing. The turning point came when I began exploring energy work and ultimately traditional Chinese medicine, or TCM for short. TCM taught me to view the body as an interconnected system of life force energy, where emotions and energy play a vital role in physical health. This shift was eye-opening and truly life-changing. It sparked a journey that not only altered my view on health, but also led me to create my business at the time, Inner Bliss Designs, a space where beauty, energy, and healing come together. Inner Bliss Designs became the foundation for my work today, focused on fostering inner beauty, energy balance, and healing touch. I'd like to share with you my first acupuncture experience. It was unforgettable. While I was on the table and feeling the energy and watching the energy flow in my body, feeling it unshift and unblock was like nothing I've ever encountered in traditional medicine. I began to understand emotion as energy in motion or not in motion, that our feelings, when left unresolved, can manifest in physical ways. And through acupuncture, I learned how the body holds on to experiences, especially the difficult ones. What we call emotions, such as anxiety, anger, grief, and sadness, are simply stuck energy. Energy is always in motion, and when it is stuck in our body as pain or emotion, we feel it. It's like putting your finger on the pause button instead of pressing play. It was here I began to see energy medicine as a powerful tool to release those emotions and prevent them from causing further disharmony in my body. My journey continued through mentorship with a seasoned acupuncturist, Doma, who guided me through TCM practices and ancient wisdom philosophies. I dove deep into the study of TCM, and I learned about the 5-element theory and the importance of seasonal living. Each 5 elements, which include late summer as a season, refer to each season and corresponds to different organs and emotions, which made me think about health and wellness in a more holistic way. I learned that if we follow living with nature in the different seasons and understood the emotions that pop up with each season and the foods that we grow in each season and how they nourish our organ systems with each season, that we could really practice a new way of being. And as I studied, I also began using techniques like acupressure and Reiki energy healing. These discoveries reshaped my approach to health and well-being, and I began to see the potential for real transformation using these modalities. They used our body as a vehicle to allow energy to come and go and to ebb and flow. And what I learned was that our emotions are deeply tied to our physical health. And when we work with our body to move energy, we can release stuck energy and unlock deeper healing. I want to share a simple acupressure point today, one that's close to my heart because it has the power to balance emotions and release stagnation, which is also known simply as stuck energy. It's called Liver 3, abbreviated as LV3, also known as the Great Rushing Point. This is a source point of energy to use when you feel angry or frustrated and you want to swiftly shift back into a little more kindness. And here's the analogy. Imagine a river carving its way through the land. Its powerful flow harmonizes the terrain, smoothing disruptions and nourishing the soil it touches. In a similar way, great rushing restores balance to the body's energy systems, drawing in vitality or releasing tension with the ease and force of water shaping the earth. It's a powerful reminder of how nature's rhythms align with our inner flow and transforms turbulence and stagnation into tranquility and vitality. I refer to this point as the orchestra leader of our body, and when stimulated, helps all the other organ systems of energy wake up and support each other like a symphony. This point creates an energy rush in the body, in a good way. It is a great point to do first thing in the morning while still laying in your bed. I will now cue the point. Let's take a moment to try this point together. All you really need to do is follow my cues. LV3 is located on the top of your feet, in the webbing between your big toe and the next toe, up on top of the foot where the bones meet. You may cross your leg over your knee to access this point with your fingers, or keep your foot on the floor and use the big toe of your opposite foot to locate and stimulate LV3. It is creative, though it's practical when you're standing up or laying down for you to use your big toe. To find the point, trace your finger or your big toe on the opposite foot alongside the inner edge of your big toe into the webbing, up along the top of your foot until you run into the triangular space where the bones meet. Good. Now draw your finger or your toe back slightly towards your toes into the divot of space you feel. It's just in front of the V of the bone. This is LV3. Liver 3 may be tender when you've been sedentary for too long, and especially when you are unwell. And if great rushing is tender, there's an energy release waiting to happen. This is your sign. Your body is signaling you that it's time to swiftly shift your energy flow for more vitality and wellness. If it feels tender, simply use light and gentle pressure. That's still very effective. Now gently apply pressure and hold this point while you take slow, deep breaths. Breathe in for a count of 4 and exhale for a count of 4. And continue this breathing. Just see how it feels in response to pressure when you stimulate with small circular motion. As you press, imagine any stagnant energy or heaviness loosening with a deep inhale and dissolving with each exhale. Let it clear a path for fresh energy to flow through. Stimulate this point for about 10 seconds more, and then switch feet and do this in the exact same spot, in the exact same manner on the opposite foot for about another 30 seconds. I'll give you a moment to switch to the opposite foot and to sink into the point. As you continue to hold this point, notice any sensations that arise. Maybe you feel warmth or tingling or even an emotional shift. This is natural. It's simply energy moving, reminding that the more we make space, the more we allow for new energy, new healing, and new growth. Liver 3 is a powerful point for relieving emotional tension and stress, and it has played a major role in my own journey of processing emotions that had manifested physically in my body. While holding Liver 3, take a moment to ask yourself, what needs releasing for me to move forward? Allow any emotions or thoughts to surface, please, without any judgment. Stimulate this point for another 2 to 3 seconds, and then close the energy by brushing your fingertips or your big toe over Liver 3 on both feet. LV3, or great rushing, is a reminder that our bodies are wise, but they hold onto emotions not to burden us, but to signal what needs our attention. This is your turning point. Each time we release what we no longer need, we open doors to something new and allow it to rush in. I'd love to hear from you. What insights did you have while working with LV3 today? How did it feel to connect with this point for you? Share your reflections using the hashtag #EnergyInMotion, and let's create a community of support around these practices. The more we share, the more we can uplift each other on this journey of healing and self-discovery. And it has been my pleasure to be your guide. That's my healing touch for today. With love and gratitude, thank you for participating in today's episode. It's because of you that I keep shining my light through my voice and my hands. I'm so excited to be your guide. All you need is 2 fingers and a thumb, an open mind, and an open heart to shift energy for more resilience and vitality. When you learn an acupressure point, teach one. Your healing touch is as powerful as mine. Together, we can help 1 million people using natural healing at our fingertips. If you love what you learned today, please share this episode with at least one friend and leave me a comment. Tell me how you're feeling and what else you'd love to learn about. Send me your questions about specific conditions on social media. The links are on my website at healingtouchnaturalessentials.com. I'm sure I have an essential oil and an acupressure point for that you may want to consider adding to your first aid toolbox. With your permission, I'll share your question and my answer on the podcast with the rest of our community so everyone can listen and then learn too. All the resources and links will be in today's show notes. You can always find the #1 acupressure point to calm stress and anxiety in the show notes. Just click the link and it'll be delivered right to your email. Before you go, make sure you hit the follow button so you don't miss any episodes. I'm Marci Labor, and I'll meet you here next time on Natural Healing at Your Fingertips.